Hello, and welcome to the section 5 in our project management professional training and certification program. Now, in this section, we're going to be looking into a very important area in project management, which is interaction and influence. And I can tell you, you've been doing amazing so far. So now let's dive into understanding how enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets that we've talked about in previous sections, how they interact and influence projects. All right, we've looked at these two elements of our project environment. So let's now look at how they can interact and affect our project. Alright, so let's look at interaction first of all. Interaction of enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets are not isolated elements. They interact and shape the project environment. Very important. So you don't treat them like separate or isolated or abstract elements. You have to be conversant with the fact that everything you do within the project life cycle are being shaped or impacted by these elements in your environment. So you want to pay attention to them and how they impact upon your project. EEFs provide the context within which project operates, while organizational process assets offer the tools and resources for execution. Are you seeing that now? So the EEFs are the context. They give the project a context within which to function. All right. Then the organizational process assets are now like the tools, the materials, right, with which you execute the project within the context. I hope this makes sense. Alright, so now let's look at how they influence project management. EEFs impact project initiation, project planning, project execution, monitoring, and closure. In other words, they impact on the project management process groups, right? These are the process groups in project management: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. Right? So EFs impact all of these areas of your project management, while OPAs guide project management processes, ensuring consistency and best practices. Now, this is very important. You have to know this. All right. OPAs are the basis, all right, upon which the project is carried out. So they provide the guide, all right, and ensure there's consistency and best practices. So let's look at some examples of these interactions we've been talking about. EEFs, like regulatory requirements, influence project planning and execution. So when you have maybe a government body, all right, for those in Nigeria, such as SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria, right? And you are you're a project manager in a manufacturing company dealing with food products, all right? Let's say biscuits, okay? So you're gonna you have to realize that when it comes to the products that come out from your projects, the deliverables, that is going to be subject to regulations from standard organization, because this is something that people are going to consume. All right. Another organization like that is NAFDAC. All right. So these organizations have to do with quality and standardization of products, especially when it comes to consumables. Are you getting it now? So during your project planning and execution, the regulations that are put out there by this organization have to be put into consideration when you're planning and even all through your execution, right? Now, organizational process assets like templates and historical data support project planning and decision making. All right, so EEFs, like regulatory requirements, influence the planning and the execution, while the organizational process assets, all right, like templates and historical data, they support. These one influence or impact, while these other one support. Just like we said, EEFs are the context, while OPAs now provide the tools, all right, for carrying out the project. Okay, so what are the key takeaways from this section? Firstly, we learned that EEFs and OPAs collaborate to impact project success, and that's very critical. EEFs provide the external context, while OPAs offer internal resources. All right, you have to realize that OPAs are internal, they are within the environment, so they provide the internal resources for the project execution. Their interaction ensures projects are managed effectively and efficiently. All right, so congratulations for coming thus far. You've gained insight into the dynamic interplay between enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets in the project management landscape. In our next section, we'll explore the real-world case studies and examples to reinforce these concepts we've just talked about. All right, so keep up the excellent work, and I'll see you in the next section.